A little late tonight, but here we are, MC Motorsports Broadcasting, here at Stafford Springs in Connecticut. Um, got a good amount of cars tonight. Got 11 cars. I think the most we've had so far. We got qualifying just ended. I think everybody's put down a lap. Um, Looks like the track's going to be pretty bottom dominant. If we take a look at the weather right now, we are looking at a 90-degree track temp, 79-degree ambient temp. A little warm, but it's not too bad. It shouldn't be too hard for these drivers. Although this track is very hard. It is a kind of one lane. It looks wide, but there's not much room. As qualifying wraps up, we're going to have Charles Irwin on the pole, Case Beer in second. Third, we have Austin Bulk, I believe that was, and get right into our heats. Here, you're going to have Javier Zapata, Kevin Stanley, Charles Irwin, and Dylan Shelley in this first heat. Have 13 laps here in these heats. I'm only going to have cautions if we really need them with such a small heat here. But this will give you some points in your starting position. But it looks like we're not going this time by. We're gonna go next time by. Javier Zapata leading us, Kevin Stanley in second, Irwin in third, and Shelley starting fourth. As the pace car pulls off very early here. And a very even start from the top two. Ooh, and Stanley way out wide there. Open the door for the 0-0 with Charles Irwin, but Javier Zapata still got that lead. You see these guys using that apron. It has some grip down there. And Javier Zapata starting to pull away just a little bit here, but behind Kevin Stanley has some pressure from Charles Irwin. Ooh, Stanley in the wall. Shelley in the wall. Side by side here, you can see once Kevin Stanley got up high, it wasn't the move. It's just not going to work. You're going to have to run that bottom. You're going to have to find a way to make your passes somehow. Ooh, and you see right there, Javier Zapata get up the track. This is going to open the door for Charles Irwin. Charles Irwin going to dive it down low. I think Zapata's kind of almost giving it up. Looks like he's making that middle line work. I think Irwin's going to fall back a little bit. But every time in the corner entry, Irwin gets there. See him using that apron. Something Stafford's known for. You use the apron to get the car turned just a little bit. Ooh, and Zapata's gonna hit the wall, lose momentum. Gonna let Irwin get to the inside. Zapata fighting back on the top. Looks very even right now. That bottom, yeah, that bottom is where it's at. You see Zapata get up out of the groove and up the track. Stanley blinking. Gonna make a move on Zapata here. Yeah, that top's just not there. Stanley easily gonna get by Zapata here. Oh, Zapata trying to make that pass back on the bottom. Ooh, gonna slide up, gets tight. Gets Stanley on the wall just a little bit. See Stanley sending in on the bottom. It works on entry, but it seems like that top gets a nice run. It might be pretty even right now, but it looks like you're going to make a pass is going to have to be on the bottom. I think running nose to tail like this, either lane is going to be good, but if you can get to the inside and kind of force them to use that top, I think it's what you're going to have to do. Right now, Charles Irwin, 2 to go. Second and a half. Ooh, back there. Stanley in the wall a little bit loose off the corner. But coming to 1 to go, Charles Irwin seems to be one of the best heat racers we have so far. Coming across the line with 1 to go. Won one of these last week or 2 weeks ago. Coming out of 2 down the backstretch the final time. Through 3 and 4. Gonna get himself some points here at Stafford and win the heat. First heat of the night. Zapata in second, Kevin Stanley in third, and Dylan Shelley in fourth. Like we might have 3 heats tonight. Second one gonna have Sean LeGrave, Matt McDonald, Jonathan Casebeer, and Chase Marks. Chase Marks, someone new tonight. See his number 29 right here, Dr. Pepper Scheme. Great looking car. Jonathan Casebeer on the inside of him. Sean LeGrave in the 18. Another nice looking car. McDonald on the outside in the Mopar Dodge. Yeah, we'll take a look on board with LeGrave. We'll take a look at what he sees for pit road entry. You see this left turn right there going in. You take a left turn and you go basically into the infield for where pit road is. You see it way off there on the left. And then pit road exit is going to be on the exit of 2, almost halfway down the backstretch. Where you actually start coming out right there. We'll see the pace car pull down really early here. Get into pit road. Pulls in right there. Takes a hard left turn. Sean LeGrave going to lead us off. Matt McDonald with a great jump though on the outside. Going to take the lead here into turn 1. Ooh, and gets turned. Jonathan Casebeer turns Sean LeGrave. No caution yet. Still green. Can't imagine Sean LeGrave's very happy about that. Saw a little bit of damage. No, Casebeer's car looks fine. We'll take a look at LeGrave's car. Caution is out. I think that's going to be an admin caution. Try and stack the field back up. We'll take a look at what happened here. Man, this might just be a thing of LeGrave trying to take it a little easy, checking up the corner a little bit, and K-Spear trying to go a little bit full send. Kind of just first lap butterflies a little bit, I think. Just everybody getting used to where they're supposed to be running on track. But I'll tell you right now, Sean LeGrave's not going to forget that. He's going to be starting right beside Jonathan K-Spear on this restart. Does have a little bit of front end damage, but I don't think it's much. Sure, our leader Matt McDonald had a great restart, or start of the race really. Got a really good jump on the outside, and first heat, we saw that bottom line take off really well, the leader. But this time, second place on the outside really took off. It seems like it doesn't really matter what lane you're in. If you get a better start, you're going to get a better start. I mean, that sounds obvious, but some tracks, just some lanes don't work. Spear gonna drop to the back here. As these caution laps wind down, gonna have 7 to go with the line. And a single file start here. I think if these guys don't get one lap in, they go single file, so. See these guys nose to tail back here. Oh, and Chase Marks way off the pace going up high in the marbles. That's going to let Matt McDonald get a huge lead here. This is going to turn into a battle just for a second. K-Spear looking inside of LeGrave. No, look inside, going to tap him. K-Spear's a lot quicker on corner entry, but it looks like LeGrave's able to wrap that bottom really well. K-Spear is too. Gonna get to his inside here. Diving in LeGrave, trying to run that top line up in the marbles, gonna get loose. That's what I'm saying, that bottom, the top line just isn't there. See if LeGrave can get back up to him. Matt McDonald on the backstretch, about a second and a half up. K-Spear there starting to gap LeGrave. Starting to eat into that lead of Matt McDonald. Gets loose there, gonna lose a little bit. Take a look on board with Matt McDonald, see what these drivers are dealing with. Dive it in, use that apron just a little bit, didn't get it there. I think you use it more in 3 and 4 if you're gonna use it. You see him using it there to try and turn the car. Right now, Matt McDonald's starting to pull away from K-Spear, whereas K-Spear was catching a few laps ago. That's not the case anymore. Chase Marks back and forth. He's never able to recover from getting up in the marbles in the first few laps on that restart. Sean LeGrave in third. Trying to chase down Case Beer. Matt McDonald, though, trying to pull a 2-second gap. See, there's that 2-second gap. Got it that time. Case Beer really fell off that lap. Coming to the final lap. Matt McDonald, one of the best we have in this league. Very dominant at times. Very quick on that mid-run. I mean, I think he's probably the best on the mid-run. Not short or long, but Case Beer is probably the best on a long run. Irwin the best on the second. And he's going to win here. This heat. We had Irwin win the first one, our king of short runs, and now our king of the middle run is going to be the winner of heat number 2. And our last heat is going to be 3 drivers: Angelo Esposito, Jeffrey Smith, and Austin Bulk. Alright. Had to go grab the pronunciation. It is Belkey. So Austin Belkey, Jeffrey Smith, and Angelo Esposito. Belkey also a newcomer to this league. First time out. 24 DuPont car. Just 3 cars this time. You've seen Jeffrey Smith be really quick in these. And they're going to pull off a really good start for Angelo. Going to clear Jeffrey Smith on the turn 1. And there it is again. You see Jeffrey Smith get up in the marbles, and it's just nothing. Really dirty up there on the top of the track. Going to try it again. You see, just slides up the track. Going to lose a lot of grip here. That's going to look to 24, just about clear, not quite. And just 1 and 2, it seems like it's really dirty up there. There's nothing for grip on the top. Seemed like it worked all right in 3 and 4, but just not really anything there in 1 and 2 for that. Belkey's starting to reel in Esposito here. We'll see if he's going to be able to make this pass. 10 to go. 9 at the line. Esposito going to tap the wall. It's going to give a run to Belkey. To the inside. Not quite. See him running that apron. It's really good here. Jeffrey Smith making a look. Probably the closest heat we've had so far with drivers being close. And you see Angelo Esposito go wide, gonna lose the position. Gonna put him side by side with Jeffrey Smith, and the outside line just doesn't have it. Gonna clear. See if Jeffrey Smith has anything for Belkey. Very even right now. on the last lap just a little bit quicker. You can see that time getting bigger and bigger. Now starting to pull away. Even that half-second gap. Smith not really gaining. Smith gonna lose there. Hits the wall. Gonna lose about a tenth. Really drives into turn one, trying to get anything out of it. Doesn't have anything for Austin right now. Very even lap times for these top two. Jeffrey Smith did hit the wall the last few laps ago, and ever since then been very even with the leader, only a tenth off, if that. And Austin starting to gap almost to a second now. Dives it through 3 and 4. Off of 4 to the line last lap. Looking really smooth right now, able to really wrap that bottom, not looking uncomfortable at all in the car. Coming through 3 out of 4, and Austin's gonna win his heat in his first appearance. Jeffrey Smith gonna finish in second, and Angelo Esposito in third. Austin did a really good job there, just staying low. And what is it? In that race, just staying on the low line. Everybody else got up at least once and lost their track position that way. But we have our warm-up now. You guys gonna get a chance to see what the track is doing right now. Track at 90 degrees, what it was earlier. Clouds are out now. I think the race is a bit later. The track might get a little bit warmer for the start of the race, but I mean, clouds here and there should stay about the same. We'll show last time warm up here. So, lap they had just completed will be what lap is being shown. About a 4-minute warm up. Should be able to get somewhere around 15-20 laps. real quick at the best times from this warm-up. Irwin going to be leading it, Matt McDonald in second, Shelley third, about fourth. Looks like a pretty good lap out of Irwin there at 19.91. Most of these guys probably not trying to set a fast lap here. Last time's being run. You see the fall off is pretty good after the first few laps. As you can see, no one's really in the 19s anymore. As we come to the end of the warm-up, we'll see our starting order here is going to be Charles Irwin in first, second Matt McDonald, third Austin Belkey, fourth Javier Zapata, fifth Jonathan Casebeer, sixth Jeffrey Smith, seventh Kevin Stanley Jr., 8th Sean LeGrave, 9th Angelo Esposito, 10th Dylan Shelley, and 11th Chase Marks. Lap race here, not very long. Shouldn't be that bad as we take a look at our weather. You see track temp up to 96 degrees, getting a little hot here. Gonna be a little bit less grip. We already saw that the bottom was really good. I wonder if that'll change anything. If the sun stays out, might still get warm. Right now in sim it is 3 o'clock, so I mean, should start getting a little cooler as we go. I think we've hit the peak temp. How's everyone going to lead us off here? Going to go one more lap around. Let the field catch up. The biggest field I think we've seen in this league so far, 11 cars. We know it's been kind of chaotic a little bit here and there with just 7. Had a few cautions in these races, so starting in the back, I mean, it's going to be hard to pass. You're going to have to wait for mistakes, but, I mean, anything's going to happen here. Going to be cautions, I guarantee it. 100 laps. I don't think you're going to take tires if there's no cautions, but I think if cautions come out, tires are going to be important here with the track temp, just how it races. But pace car pulls down pit road. Charles Irwin going to lead us off here. Green flag is out. And an even start from the front two. Matt McDonald actually a little bit better going to the top. Looks like he's able to hold on really well. Side by side, Matt McDonald with the advantage. Chase Marks falling off the back just a little bit as they single file out. Matt McDonald proving me wrong about that top line and going for it. Go through the field a little bit, got back here. Jeffrey Smith was two by two as the field very fast singles out. And you see that battle for the lead starting to heat up again. I mean, not really. No one's pulling away. I thought Matt McDonald was starting to pull away, but Irwin's starting to use that bottom. Matt McDonald seems to really like that middle groove. this is what Stafford is known for, kind of a single train, but if you can get just a little bit lower on that apron, you have a chance of getting to the inside. Got to use the bumper here. Everyone right now minding their business. Arzen's trying to use that inside. Trying to get a little bit lower than Matt McDonald. Matt McDonald, really good exits right now. He has really good exit speed. Charles Irwin carrying a little bit more through the center. These front two starting to pull away from third place. So far, only single changes in running position just from the restart, singling it out, but no real passes quite yet. Everybody knows to tail. This battle, Casebeer and Kevin Stanley really want to get around the 24 here. Casebeer going to try to look to the inside. Not close enough, though. Back to the lead. Irwin looking inside. Way more inside. Yep, there it is. Matt McDonald slid up. It's going to open the door for the double O. On the inside here, Matt McDonald's going to really have to hustle this car to make it work. He's going to have to find a way to clear him. The top line, he's almost got it clear there. See Irwin using the bottom. Getting in the grass a little bit, gets loose. Doesn't give Matt McDonald a chance to clear. Doesn't quite have it, going to pinch him down. Matt McDonald is clear. He can pull down if he wants. He's going to do it. Going to clear on the outside. A great bit of driving there from Matt McDonald using the outside. And Charles Irwin just clipped the grass, got him a little bit loose, and a bad corner exit gave Matt McDonald a chance. Charles Irwin have to start all the way over now with this pass. Had it done and just wasn't able to hold on to it. Something we've seen you got to pay attention to. Both Matt McDonald and Irwin seem to struggle a little bit on the long run. But right now, they're really even right now. Pulling away just a little bit from that third place. About not quite a second, but kind of see as the race progresses, if this stays green, if they're saving any tire here. They can run through the field right now. Matt McDonald gonna be our leader. Second, Charles Irwin. Did start on pole. Fell back one spot due to the restart. Matt McDonald had a great restart. 5 years about it in third. Belkey in fourth. Casebeer in fifth right now. Kevin Stanley up one spot from where he qualified. Jeffrey Smith in seventh. Eighth, Sean LeGrave, and this is kind of the back of this little group of cars, and then we fall off a little bit. Esposito off the back of the pack. Back in ninth. Dylan Shelley in 10th, a little bit further back in the 8, and Chase Mark's going to be way back in 20, or in 11th place, way off the pack. You can see on the track map, about half a lap back. Gonna need a caution here, I think, to have any chance at anything. Taking another look back up front, Charles Irwin going for the lead. See those little gaps starting to form between first, second, third, and fourth, and then fifth by himself, sixth, seventh, and eighth in a group. This battle for the lead, Irwin is not giving up on Matt McDonald. He's just waiting for him to make a mistake that seems like gonna have to use the bumper just a little bit or wait for a mistake from the car in front to make a pass. And back in the field, Jeffrey Smith looking to the inside of Kevin Stanley. Looks like Kevin Stanley hit the wall. Kevin Stanley gonna lift out of it, gonna hit the wall again. A bit of right side damage. Shouldn't hurt the car too bad here. Gotta get momentum back and try and hold on. Charles Irwin once again all over the back bumper of Matt McDonald. And Irwin, I think right now is definitely quicker. If he can get in front of Matt McDonald, he'll pull away. Right now, not able to make that pass. Kevin Stanley falling even further back now. Got Sean LeGrave looking to his inside. Wondering if Kevin Stanley has a little bit more damage than I think. He's really struggling out there. Gonna hit the wall. He's definitely got some suspension damage just by the looks of it. That's how the car's driving. He got no turn. Chase Marks down pit road. Hit the wall really hard. Wonder if I can see what happened there. Take a look to see if we can find what happened. Right here. I think this is it. Yeah, hits the wall out of the corner. Just loses all grip. Goes into the corner. Hits the wall. Go back live. Mark's coming back out on track. Race for the lead still goes. 6th place, Sean LeGrave, up 2 spots. Our biggest mover so far. It's not much, but it's the most anyone's moved so far. Doing a really great job of making these passes, even if it's people making mistakes. There's a battle for the lead now inside. Charles Irwin using all the apron. Once again, not able to make the pass. Gonna try the outside here. Try and get a run. He's got the run, just not close enough that time. He does that again, he might have it. Looking at lap times right now, these front guys running 20.5s. Qualifying speed was a 19.9, so they're running about 6/10 off. Fastest they can run. They might be saving a little bit, but lap time is definitely starting to fall off. Further back in the pack, Dylan Shelley, Kevin Stanley Jr. running 21 flats. As we look further back, Austin trying to get around Zapata here. Got a little bit more speed at the moment. Struggling just a little bit, just a couple hundredths off the leaders in Belk right now, Belky. But it makes a difference at these tracks with lap times are only about 20 seconds. As Irwin once again, caution's out, Sean LeGrave. Take a look at what happened. Jeffrey Irwin looking to his inside, no. Sean LeGrave. And Jeffrey Smith just sends him. I wonder if something happened before for this to happen. Not seen anything way before. As we take another look, everybody coming down pit road. One car staying out. Dylan Shelley gonna stay out here. Dylan Shelley and Jeffrey Smith gonna stay out. I imagine everybody gonna take tires. We'll see if they're gonna lose a lap. It looks like they're gonna be good. Right side's going on. Charles Irwin. Left side's going on. Matt McDonald looked a little bit quicker there getting that left side up. We'll see if he's able to pull out in front of Charles Irwin. Yeah, Charles Irwin just quicker. Charles Irwin gonna win the race off pit road. Looking back here, Charles Irwin or Angel Esposito look like they're gonna go a lap down along with McGrave. Taking a look at that wreck if we can real quick. Take a look. McGrave enters the corner and a little bit slower. I don't know if there's just a difference in speed there. I didn't see anything that would have warranted that from Jeffrey Smith, but not quite sure what that was all about. As the people who stayed out seems like they ended up not staying out. Sean LeGrave down a lap. Same with Chase Marks. Sean LeGrave gonna come through the field. Angel Esposito back down pit road. Pace car is off. I don't know what's going on. Pace car was off there, but people out of line here. Looks like they're gonna extend the caution here. Sean LeGrave gonna get his lap back, I think. I don't know. Trying to see, they were talking about it in the middle of the week, what would happen if he went a lap down, taking tires. Kevin Stanley coming back down. McGrave has fallen back. We put 3 cars 1 lap down. McGrave, Esposito, and Marks as the field tries to catch back up to the pace car. Kevin Stanley Jr. still down pit road. Oh, coming off pit road now. Going through the grass. That's going to be a penalty. Very tough exit of pit road. I don't know what that penalty is, but we'll have to see. Pace car going to be off here. Charles Irwin has the lead. We'll see if he's able to hold on to it. Matt McDonald been really good on the outside. Matt McDonald with a great launch, side by side. Going into turn 1, Matt McDonald going to try and use the outside. Gets up the track, and it's going to give it to Charles Irwin, who is now our leader. Esposito coming down pit road, going to miss it. Coming down pit road. Ooh, and a wreck behind. Slow cars. I don't know if it was a wreck. I don't know what happened there. No caution. Take a look at what happened. That's not it. I don't know. Go back live. And there was a wreck for the lead, I believe. Matt McDonald. I missed it. Trying to find what happened there, but let's see what happens here. McDonald falling back. Javier Zapata all over the bumper. Goes to his inside and it just looks like a racing incident there. Who gets tapped by the 24 of Austin? Take another look from the rear chase. Kind of looked like they were both trying to go for the same space. Zapata sends it in there. I mean, they're both just trying to go for the same space. Matt McDonald turns down and Zapata's kind of there. Washes up a little bit, but a tough spot for both of those drivers there. How hard it is to pass. Jeffrey Smith down pit road. Matt McDonald down pit road. Angelo Esposito once again down pit road. 41 laps in this 100-lap race, going by quick. Gonna see LaGrave now get his lap back. Esposito down 4 laps here. Right now, our biggest mover, Dylan Shelley, up 5 spots from where he started. Well, doing really well. Jonathan Gaspier in second. Javier Zapata gonna have to drop back through the field. Anybody involved in a caution in this league has to drop to the back. So Zapata gonna get the end of the line penalty here. It's gonna put Jonathan Gaspier in second, Austin Belkey in third, Dylan Shelley in fourth, up 6 spots now. A little bit of right front damage there, but not really affecting these cars much at all. Doing a really good job. Matt McDonald, after the spin, is up to 6th. I think we are 1 to go. Jonathan Gaspier been one of the best on the very long runs. If this goes green, I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to get by Irwin, but right now Irwin seems to be the best car right now. Never really seen what Gaspier can do, been stuck in traffic, but this is what we'll see on this restart. These cars off, Charles Irwin in the box. Gonna get a great restart, leaves Gaspier in the dust right here. You're going to be able to drop right down to the bottom. See the battles back behind. Nobody wanting to get single file. Jeffrey Smith sending it in. Going to clear Matt McDonald. We got inside of Shelley. Going to dive it in. Shelley gets way wide. Smith's going to try and clear. Going to clear. Oh, and spun, gets Shelley by 25, no caution, gets going straight. And Shelley, I'm sure, isn't very happy about that one. Take a look and see what happened with that one real quick. Couldn't quite tell if it was... He runs wide there. And Matt McDonald just runs into the back of him. Luckily, no caution. But the 8 losing many spots there was the best mover of the day. Is falling back after that. And the field very single file now. Some gaps, nobody really real close. Closest battle right now is Austin Belkey. Warren, Michigan battling Jonathan Gaspier from Morenci, Michigan. Take a look on board what it's like in traffic from Austin. See, gets really tight right there in the middle of the corner, turns it down, tries to get a really good exit. Really good corner there. Able to eat some of that gap on Gaspier. It's like turn 1 and 2. It's tight in the middle compared to 3 and 4. 3 and 4 looks like it's a lot easier to get down to the bottom. You see right here. Just not really sliding up in the middle like they are in 1 and 2. I think the key is going to be not sliding up in 1 and 2 to save those tires as much as possible. Go back to Matt McDonald here. All over the back bumper of the 96. See right there, Matt McDonald not sliding up as much as Jeffrey Smith. Gaining him a little bit of time. That's all you gotta do. You gotta make up a little foot by foot. Really good wrap in the bottom here. Might be able to get to the inside. Might try and dive. Nope. Get in behind. Get in line. That happened, and Jeffrey Smith now trying to get in on the action with Kevin Stanley. Nice three-car battle, but here comes Zapata trying to get in on it. To the inside of the 5. The 5 has to lift, going to get in the wall, going to give it to the 96, and quite possibly the 25 of Matt McDonald going to go to the inside. Is Javier Zapata going to send it and going to get to his inside? He's going to lose 3 spots because of this. Oh, he's going to clear. Zapata, though, going to the inside. Ooh, going to get tight. Going to slide up. And what a mistake for Kevin Stanley Jr. Going to cost him a couple spots there. And goes around. Zapata spins him. Great recovery for Kevin Stanley Jr. Only losing 1-2 spots. That's what that mistake did for him. Sent him back, got him over to Kevin Stanley, or Zapata, and he got spun. Take a look at this battle going on. Matt McDonald looked to the inside. Jeffrey Smith been working on this. Who's inside? Smith gonna crowd him just a little bit. So Matt McDonald will be able to make this work on the outside. It looks like, ooh, Matt McDonald going to use the rear bumper just a little bit. Make himself clear. Yeah, same thing now happening up for second place. Belky's closed in on Case Beer as Irwin starts to pull away. Irwin we've seen be really good on these short runs. Pull away now. We'll see if there's anything later on for some of these guys. Really even lap times right now. Still very spread out as you can see on the track map. This is the closest battle right now, and it's not even that close. Couple of half spins and half wrecks really caused the field to get separated. And now if I'm seeing this, if I have a track map while I'm racing, I see this field spread out, I'm kind of going to try and just settle in, save the tires. We got, 36 laps to go. Any of these guys only able to probably make up 1 spot over the long run here with how spread out they are. You know Belky wants around Case Beer to try and make a run on Irwin. He looks like he's quicker than Case Beer right now. This is the most infuriating part about short tracks. You know you're quicker than the leader. You know you're definitely quicker than Case Beer. But you just can't go. You know you'll be able to catch the leader if you get by the second place car. But making that pass is what's tough. See them now falling off from the leader. Lucky that time by. Ran a 20.39. Our leader ran a 20.35, and that's in dirty air for Belky. You just think if he gets in the lead, what he'd do. Gonna look to the inside of Case Beer, not there. Irwin loves every bit of this, getting up to 2 seconds out now. This battle rages on. Fifth is starting to heat up just a little bit. Javier Zapata starting to catch up with Jeffrey Smith. Quickly. Javier Zapata ran at 20.4. Jeffrey Smith at 20.6. He's way off the pace. I wonder if he burned up those tires. Just making the passes where it's going to be tough. Even with burnt up tires with a track like this, if you just run that bottom, don't make any mistakes, you'll be able to hold on to it. Zapata's going to have to make some kind of run down one of the straightaways to get to his inside. This is his best chance right here. Going to look to the inside. Going to have to dive it in just a little bit. Not going to risk it. Going to lift early. Smith dove it in. Had to drift up the track. It's a battle for 7th and 8th now. Kevin Stanley Jr., Dylan Shelley. Heated up for a second there. I think Shelley made a little mistake as Esposito has crashed. Jumped the pits. See, I don't think a caution came out because of it. Oh, he didn't crash. He just went off track. And now Javier Zapata looking to the inside of Jeffrey Smith. This is a spot he could get. There's another battle going on up here. Belke looking to the inside of K-Spear. Makes the pass. Going to be dead even at the line. Going to dive it in. K-Spear going to let him by. I think that's the end of that battle. Not quite. K-Spear fighting back. Gives him a little bit of bumper on exit. Going to dive it in. Belke secures the spot. Back at 7th. Dylan wants to get by Kevin Smith. Tires are starting to become a factor. Stanley up the track again. Really struggling on a corner exit. Gonna let the 8 of Shelley by. As now not only is K-Spear starting to fall back and get passed by Belke. Here comes Matt McDonald looking for a part of the pie. And Irwin loves every bit of this. 25 to go and a caution's out. Dylan Shelley around. Gonna bring it to pit road. Take a look at what happened here. This was a good battle going on. Kate all by himself. Blows it up. Now that is something I haven't seen in this car. Leaders, everybody down for tires right now. As you can see on the track map, everybody down for tires. But, I mean, just blows up. Kevin Stanley nowhere to go. Into the back of him. Has a little bit of damage on the front end, but not bad as we jump back to live out of pit road. Javier Zapata gonna stay out. Austin Belke gonna jump Jonathan K-Spear. That was already the case. Charles Irwin. I'm not too sure what happened. We'll have to go back and look at what happened here because he was our leader. Came in first, and I wonder if Belke and them took only 2 tires. Pit time. Yeah, these guys took 2 tires. No. Yeah, these guys all took 2 tires. Charles Irwin with 4, so we'll see if that makes any difference. Charles Irwin on 4 tires, everybody else on 2. Now that's going to bring our leader, Javier Zapata, did not go to pit road. Last time he was down was going to be lap 30. So we're going to be looking at about a 40 lap difference here on tires. We'll see. I mean, it's been really hard to pass, but I mean, if you save your tires, we saw there at the end of that run, tires were starting to fall off for some guys. Some guys were starting to get quick. And passes were starting to happen, but right now, Belky's looking like the fastest right now that we have up front. Zapata, I'm worried about, but we'll see what kind of jump he gets. Pace car is down, 20 to go at the line. Green flag is out. Zapata gets a good jump for the tires he's on. Gonna have to send it in clear. Gonna send it in. Belky up the track. Casebeer gonna clear to second, I think. Casebeer not clear. Belky doing a good job on the outside. Kevin Smith in the wall and up in the air goes, I think that was Sean LeGrave. Yeah, Sean LeGrave. Caution's gonna come out. Zapata's gonna love this. Gonna be able to hold on to that lead. Kevin Stanley going through the grass. Take another look at it. Dylan Shelley bringing it down pit road. Still on pit road, and yeah, just a little bit of, just touching. A little bit of net code, and then LeGrave came up into Kevin Stanley. Jeffrey Smith down pit road. Kevin Stanley down. I think Jeffrey Smith here might be taking tires. Yep, gonna take his left sides, put right sides on it last time. I'm gonna put left sides on it, see what they do. Chase Marks gonna get a lap back. I think that puts him back on the lead lap here. Hard fought day, staying in it, gonna get a lap back, be on the lead lap. And Zapata here got a good jump. I mean, he's gonna have to have another good jump. I think if Belky gets to his outside into the corner, he's not going to be able to hold on to it. Really good jump there. I mean, that caution really saved him. I'd like this to go as long as possible. Yeah, a good. I was a little worried, but the less laps we have, the easier this is going to be for him. Another quick caution, and I think it's going to be hard for Belky to make that pass. Run through the field. Zapata going to be first. Austin Belky in second. Jonathan Casebeer, our biggest mover, with 2 spots. Matt McDonald, 4th. Charles Irwin, -4 spots. Biggest loser so far. Taking 4 tires. We'll see if he can get anything back. Not a lot of time left. Jeffrey Smith in 6th. Kevin Stanley Jr. in 7th. 8th, Sean LeGrave. 9th, Chase Marks. Angelo Esposito down 10 laps. In 10th, and Dylan Shelley on pit road parked it on one of the last cautions as we come to the green flag. Only going to be single file here. I think this is going to be a huge advantage for Belky. You see Zapata get a good jump. It's not going to hang Belky on the outside to have a chance. Matt McDonald up the track. See Irwin going to the outside of those 4 tires, not gonna work. Battle for the lead. See Belky's just a little bit quicker, but Zapata right now holding on really, really well. Let's battle back here. Jeffrey Smith gonna turn the 25. No caution, green, still green. Yellow's out. And Zapata loves every caution lap he can get. Was holding on really well. It looked like there we might have had a chance of Belky getting a chance of passing him. Take a look back at Jeffrey Smith. Right there, just better roll speed in the middle of the corner, but just runs him over pretty much. And without Kevin Stanley Jr. involved. Kevin Stanley, once again, Not really too much he could have done. And the grave, I mean, just there for the ride, and that's going to bring Charles Irwin up to 4th. At McDonald once again back down pit road along with Kevin Stanley Jr. and Chase Marks. And McDonald seems to get caught up in every single wreck we have in this league. Luck is not on his side, and usually it's not his fault. He usually just gets collected. That's what's happened here tonight. One of the better cars, probably the second best to Irwin. Maybe even at this point, third best to Belkey. Having a really good race. He needs to have a good green flag run to the finish here to have a chance to catch Zapata, or Zapata have a really bad start. Which is also possible. Jeffrey Smith coming down pit road. We're going to use this fast repair there. Throw some tires on it. Throw some right sides on it. This you might as well. McDonald's still on pit road here. Doesn't look like he's going to get off pit road. Going to go a lap down here. As the field doubles up, Javier Zapata on the inside, Belkey on the outside, Case Spears second row on the inside, Irwin on the outside. Third row, LeGrave and Stanley. Fourth row, Smith and Marks, and the rest are either a lap down or still in pit road. Here we go. Let's see if Zapata can make a run at it. 8 to go at the line. Gonna need a really good jump here. Gets the good jump he needs, and I think that might secure the win if he could stay out there. Does a really good job. Belkey goes wide. Casebeer gonna fight. That's gonna help Zapata 3 wide. Casebeer gonna fight to the inside. Gonna give everything he has. Belkey still on the outside, fighting hard. Gonna tap the wall. Momentum to the outside. I think this is where he's going to lose it, and Casebeer is going to clear. Going to have to go hard to try and get this lead. Casebeer not known for his short run speed in these cars. Now behind, Irwin on those 4 tires. Going way to the inside. Casebeer much faster right now than Zapata. Last lap was a 10th quicker. Fastest lap of the race. Set that time, and then Smith beat it. Fastest lap being set right now. Casebeer's going to have to use the bumper, I think, to get by Zapata. Going to be a hard pass. Irwin, though, on those new tires, is definitely the quickest. Even laps for 1 and 2. Irwin a 10th quicker. Three laps to go. Throw a blanket out over the top 3, maybe even the top 4 as Belkey tries to get back in it. Zapata runs a little bit wide. Casebeer tries to look to the inside, gets to his bumper on the exit. 2 to go. Casebeer gets a little bit tight, overdrives the center of the corner. Gonna have to try something. 1 to go on his bumper, as close as he's been. Not a great exit. Gonna give him the bump. Irwin gives him the bump. No caution. Charles Irwin in second. Javier Zapata coming out at 3. Does a great job holding on to the bump and run. Coming out at 4. Javier Zapata gonna win at Stafford Springs. Charles Irwin in second. Jeffrey Smith in third. Austin Belkey, a great running, fell back in that last restart, but 4th place, great debut. Sean LeGrave, a great comeback from being a lap down. Chase Marks, also a great comeback up to 6th, being a lap down. Jonathan Casepier, though, the biggest loser here out of this on that restart. 7th place, Kevin Stanley in 8th, Angelo Esposito in 9th, Matt McDonald in 10th, and Dylan Shelley going to be further back. Javier Zapata definitely earned that with that tire call. It spun a couple people, but I mean, it was there at the end. Survived the bump and run by Casepier. Gave him a little bump, and then it slowed him down. Irwin into the back of him. And that's just Stafford for you. The bump and run, you gotta use it here. Casepier tried to use it, slowed him down. Irwin there to bump him, and gonna give it to Javier Zapata. And we'll wait for... It's interesting because these guys, they all run in the same chat up there. That's about all of them. And when tempers flare kind of like that at the end of a race, I wish I could be a fly on the wall in those situations just to hear what's going on, what they're talking about. They're mad at each other, they're having fun, but we'll wait for these guys to jump down here. Get our top 3. Try and grab Javier Zapata first, our race winner. Still waiting on some of these guys to jump through. We'll take a look at our um, finishing order real quick. In first, Javier Zapata going to win. Charles Irwin in second. Third, Jeffrey Smith. Fourth, Austin Belkey. Fifth, Sean LeGrave. Sixth, Chase Marks. Seventh, Jonathan Casepier. Eighth, Kevin Stanley Jr. 4 laps down. Angelo Esposito ninth. 9 laps down. 10th, Matt McDonald 10 laps down. And 11th, Dylan Shelley 25 laps down. It looks like some of our guys are hopping in for some interviews. I guess tonight we'll do it the other way around. I guess we'll grab Jeffrey Smith first. Hey, Jeffrey, you got us in the booth?
Yeah, buddy, go ahead.
Hey, looked like an exciting day for you there. Got spun a couple times. I think you spun a couple people. Just
Yeah.
seemed like it was hard to pass, and it's kind of just had to make moves you kind of didn't want to have to.
Well, and it's just Stafford. I mean, it sucks. It's the way it goes. But yeah, I mean, you could if there were the tires. I think you can make work. But outside of that, yeah, it was really hard to pass. I did not mean to get into Marty there. Yeah, that sucked. I was like, oh no 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 no, and then it was too late. And then everybody kind of stacked up into him, and he had nowhere to go. Like he was kind of screwed. He ended up with 9 minutes damage out of that, so that really hurt
Wow,
him. But
I was wondering
I
because
felt,
it didn't look bad. The car didn't look bad, but
yeah, yeah, I felt terrible. That's definitely not the way I wanted to make that move, but unfortunately, that's how it went.
well, I mean, a third place finish. You kind of seemed to be in it all day. Kind of not up at the front, but kind of like fifth to third. Do you think you could have really done anything different, or was it just that hard to pass?
It was so hard to pass, and I could not find a line that would. I could stay with guys, but I couldn't get enough momentum to pass them. Like I could stay with Marty and I could stay ahead of Marty, except for the fact that I was, driving with my rear view and that big bumblebee behind me scares the shit out of me every week. So, so when I seen him back there, eventually I just made a mistake. It was the same thing. I, I don't even want to say I slipped up with Javi, but he just threw it in there underneath me and there was nothing I could do. He door checked me and it is what it is. But yeah, I could stay with people, but I couldn't. Dash is the one that had us cooked, man. I don't know. The cycles ended up working out right, and he ended up, falling off or getting behind Javi there. He was gonna run away with it. Charles Irwin was
Yeah.
the class of the field tonight. I mean, the results don't show it, but he really was.
Yeah, it seemed like you guys all took two tires, if I'm right, and he took four, and it kind of killed him. He was really quick at the end. He was definitely the quickest with the four tires, but just not enough time with the cautions.
Yeah, I had a couple times where I'd come in, took rights, and then the next caution would fall, and I would go in take lefts. But I mean, tire wear wasn't bad. It just the way this track is just it's just so hard to pass.
Yeah, it seemed
I'll
like
be happy to get the IRP for sure.
it looked like the longer the run went, tire wear started to come into play with the long run we had. I mean, it wasn't super long, but it seemed like that's when the passing started happening, is when tires started falling off. But we didn't really have that long run. Um, but yeah, I mean, third place, you got to be happy with it. Um,
Yeah, especially after the last 2 weeks, I've been really struggling with the results the last 2 weeks. I started out hot. Two weeks in a row with two podiums, 3 weeks in a row with podiums, and then to have those two fall off weeks, it's like, man, what am I doing different? But I
yeah,
think it's just a track thing.
yeah. Well, you say you're looking forward to IRP. I believe that's where we're next. Um,
I am going to the home track, going to the home track.
oh, all right. This might have been my favorite to call so far. I might be a little biased because it's my home track, only about an hour away. But you got any shout outs?
Just the normal ones. Aspen Whitmer, she tunes in every week. My wife for putting the kids to bed. That guy Austin Belkey, find it like there's a whole story that goes on with us and the circle and the small world that we come back to. Like I've broadcasted for a league he used to run in. We've raced together. Like it's really weird that we end up in the same circle. That was pretty cool. Racing Cowboy Motorsports, everybody watching, you for doing a broadcast, Dash for putting this thing on. He works really, really hard throughout the week to figure out what we can do to make it better. Like we're always looking to do better. So I we found a home. Belky
Yeah.
just said he was looking for a short track league to run. I'm really, really, really hoping he sees what the rest of us have been seeing.
And you know what I did like about tonight? We had a third heat tonight. We had enough cars that we had a third
Hmm.
heat. That was pretty cool. I mean, the third
I
heat
can't wait till we
was a
get
little
enough to get
small,
a
but
consi.
yeah,
Yeah, you, again, your broadcast is amazing. We appreciate it every single week. You know, we're small, but we're clean for the most part. I mean, there's no drama. I mean, there's little minor mistakes, but it's racing. It's not okay. This happened this week. We're gonna carry it into next week. That
Yeah.
we don't have that here. We're through what, 5, 6 races. We don't have that here.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun to watch. I mean,
It's really nice.
I'm seeing the wrecks that are happening are just little mistakes. It's not like people are mad at each other and they just linger and linger, and you got like these rivalries that never like that devolve into just wrecking each other. So
And the growth too. Like
yeah,
I don't mean to drag this out, but the growth, Angelo, Jonathan, like the growth in these guys from week 1 to week 5, it's such a short period of time, but the growth is so big. Dylan, all these guys, you know, the select few of us that have all raced together, me, Kevin, Charles, like Marty, we've all raced together. So I don't expect a whole lot, you know, out of us. But these guys, you know, they come in brand new and they're racing around us every week, and the growth is just amazing. So shout out to you guys. I really appreciate you for sure for coming in and joining us.
yeah. Well, that's gonna be your third place finisher, Jeffrey Smith. We will welcome into the booth now Charles Irwin, probably the most dominant guy today, but just couldn't get it done in the end, taking 4 tires. Charles, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, I have to say I was very partial to your paint scheme. I really like that Taco Bell 00. Looked really good on track. Looked really good up front, pulling away. I think at one point up to almost a 3 second lead. Biggest we saw all day. You want to walk us through your day?
Sure. Yeah. No, we had a great car in practice. Obviously, great car in qualifying. It was real fast, hooked up to the track, um, and I was able to lean on that right rear. Um, but yeah, you know, the heat went really well. I will echo what you guys said. I was really happy with getting 3 heats tonight. I know we only had 11, but it pushed it to 3 heats, which I was really excited about. Um, and yeah, the heat went well. And that 3 second lead, you know, it was dissolving a little bit. My right front was definitely going away, but that was to be expected with how hard I was running. And then we got that caution, um, and yeah, just took 4 tires. Didn't really see. I mean, I obviously didn't see the 2 tire call coming. So just tried to fight my way back to the field, and unfortunately got case beer there at the end of it. Really sucks. I wish it did not happen, but it did. So.
Yeah, it kind of just looked like he went for the bump and run. It slowed him down a little, and you were just there. Kind of just a racing incident kind of thing. Short track racing here at Stafford. I mean, it's going to happen. It's the only way to pass, but you didn't really have to do much passing. You had to do a little bit there, but did the car feel different in clean air to dirty air? You seemed like dirty air was a little bit of a thing.
Yeah, no, it definitely was a thing. I felt like when I got when I got back into what was the pack there, um, I I was kind of bogged down a little bit more um, than I had been before, and I wasn't able to get that front turn like I was when I was out front in clean air. So um, it just wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. Um, but we pulled out second place finish, so can't be too mad about that.
Yeah, and I mean, we were talking about how much this league is like kind of grown. I mean, it's not grown too big, but I mean, we've got 3 heats. We've got a solid core. I mean, you are the league owner if I'm correct, and I mean, you got to be happy with what we're seeing.
Yeah, no, I am very happy. You know, with how this league has grown um, over the past 2 months. Um, it's been a real pleasant surprise. And I don't know, it's just nice to meet new people, nice to get new people in here, even if they're learning or not. So very excited for what's to come.
Yeah. What is it? Lost my question. Oh, I mean, it's about the tires again. You took those 4 tires. You looked like on that last restart, like you had a chance, a real chance to pass those guys if they made any mistakes. Do you think if we didn't get those cautions after you guys took those tires, if we didn't have those 2 cautions, if you would have had a chance?
Yeah, no, I feel like I would have had a chance there, just to have a little bit more time, um, to get to gain those spots back. Those cautions just break things up, and you're kind of stagnant. And when we're single file like that, even though it's good for having less cautions, it certainly doesn't help. Certainly doesn't help me to gain any spots back. So
Yeah, the
yeah,
single
that was just
file.
the
The
right.
leader
No, that
loves
was
it.
just
Everybody else hates it.
exactly. I was loving it for a time, so I got a piece of what everybody else was feeling like.
Well, second second place after, I don't want to call it a mistake because it seemed like the right call. If there were no cautions, taking 4 tires, able to bounce back to second. Um, I mean, just a good day. I'm not sure what points are like. I haven't checked them. I'll have them for next week. But I mean, a second place, especially with now we got a little bit more cars in here, should put a dent, I think, in that lead that Matt McDonald had with him having a bad day.
Yeah, it's a good points day for us. We would like to get the max points to get that win, like we did last week. But we led a lot of laps, and that's also points. So just keep moving to next week at IRP, and I'll be excited for that. That's a really good track for me. So I like tracks like that, which are like Stafford. So
And do we know where Zapata is? Is he just gone? He just disappeared?
I think you just
All right, I'll ping him one more time. But you got any shoutouts?
I would just like to shout out everybody that showed up tonight and made the effort to be here, especially Austin and Chase for showing up and showing up for the first race, putting some good action out there, and both came away with decent finishes, sir. So um, it's just good to have another week. I'm just shout out to everybody for making this thing work. Um, yeah, just thank you to everybody.
Yeah, well, that is the league owner doing a great job. I mean, we're all grateful. I mean, I'm grateful. I'm having fun calling these. I'm sure the guys looking for short tracks. There's not many good short track leagues around. And I mean, this is a great start to hopefully what could be a great league going forward. And I look forward to it. And thanks. Thanks to you.
No problem. Thank you for calling it. You always do a great job.
Thank you. That's going to be second place finisher. And now we get to the race winner with an interesting strategy that I was worried about. Javier, you got me in the booth. I see you. I can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yeah, sorry about that. Some issues with-
Well, I was very skeptical about that call. I knew you had to have some good restarts.
Me too.
Not let Belky get to your outside, and I mean you had 2 really good restarts there. You want to walk us through your thought process of no tires versus the field?
Man, yeah, an incredibly hard track to pass. And yeah, I kind of saw that we started racing, and this is my first time racing in this track. And yeah, I think I passed one car the entire day, and I think I crashed accidentally into two. So yeah, it was not a good day for me. So in the end, I said, I threw a Hail Mary in there and I said, I won't take tires. I think I can manage maybe a second or third. Maybe a caution here or there will happen, and it happened exactly like that. So I managed to get a few good restarts, hold off. I was expecting the bump. Would have been totally understandable. I thought maybe I'll finish fourth or fifth if I get bumped, but hey, for some reason, second place spun out, and that was that.
Yeah, I mean, you held on to the bump really well. I mean, you look like a seasoned veteran when it comes to taking bump and runs. I mean, you got a little loose, held onto it, and I think even if Casebury held onto it, you would have been all right. I mean, it looked okay. Like the car seemed like it was all right and still going relatively straight. Would have been quite the battle to the end there.
Yeah, I mean, and the race ended at the right time for me. If it would have been maybe a couple more laps, and Charles was close, I'm sure he'll pass me. He was a class of the field today, and yeah, shout out to him too. Second place not too bad, coming from six, I think, with like 15 laps ago at a track where it's very hard to pass.
Yeah, I mean, no tires. I was thinking it might work, it might not work. It really was a gamble because no one really had tried it yet. We knew that new tires were quicker, but we knew it was hard to pass. So, really good call there for you getting the win. Um, you haven't run all the races, if I remember correctly, so you're not really in the hunt for the championship. But, I mean, nonetheless, a win is a win, right?
Yeah, man, it's my first league racing with these cars, and a great group of guys to race with, and some of them I've raced with in the past with other series. So it's a fun night track, and yeah, looking forward to the next. Hopefully, I'll get a few more wins. If not, I'll just have more experience under the belt. I like talking to you guys. That means that I'm doing something good. But yeah, this is just for fun. And thanks to Charles for inviting me a while back. Yeah, and I raced together on another series, and yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, it's fun watching you guys. I mean, the tire call made it really interesting. You got those cautions you needed. Congratulations on the win. You got any shout outs?
Shout out to me this weekend because I found my pit road crew this time. It wasn't like last week, so that was at least a win for me there. And a shout out to you guys, and again Charles. I think he was the class of the field today. He managed to get second for tough circumstances, and yeah, he kind of stole that one today with the pit strategy. Happy about it. So yeah, let's move to the next. Looking forward to IRP.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully, we'll talk to you next week and we'll see you then.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Bye bye.
That was our first place finisher, and we're going to grab a couple extra. We're going to grab Austin Belkey first. New to the league, had really good speed tonight. Hey, Austin, we got you?
Yep, loud and clear.
Hey, first, I think it's your first race, right?
Yep, correct.
Yeah, and I mean, didn't really know much about you going in. You seemed like you were kind of just mid-pack speed and then came into the race, won your heat, and then showed really good speed during the race. Didn't really have much for Irwin, but you were there up in second, third place the whole race. Want to walk us through that race?
Yeah, in practice, I'm always just looking for a feel in the car. It's nice to put down a fast lap and be at the top of the charts in practice, but I always just go for comfort in the car, whatever I feel like the car can give me, and try not to overdrive it. I was surprised I qualified as well as I did. Usually, I'm not that strong in qualifying, but there's a lot of stuff. There's luck involved, and sometimes you just get lightning in a bottle there. So we qualified third, and we were back in the third heat, and I was just trying to take it easy. And then once I got to the lead, I tried to pull away. Jeffrey kept me really honest in that heat. And then in the race, I started third. Pretty bog standard start to the race. We all kind of got in a rhythm. It was pretty evident though that Stafford's not one of my better tracks, so definitely have a lot more learning to do. But everybody here was racing clean. You love to see it, and it was just hard nosed racing. That's one of the best things to have in a league. You get racing with guys that you trust, and you can go side by side into the corner. And yeah, Charles though, man, he was the class of the field. I was watching him every time. He just gets smaller and smaller out the windshield of the car, and he kept disappearing every time. So he was definitely the class of the field. I was surprised. Um, uh, Javier was able to go on no tires. I felt like 2 tires wasn't strong, but it was just something to try. I figured everybody was going to do 2 tires there at the end, so I was kind of surprised I won the race off pit road. But Javier stuck out there, and he won the race on that. And we just ran out of laps there at the end and starting up on the outside of the first row. Even though it's the first row at the outside at Stafford's not where you want to be always at the end of these races.
Yeah, it seemed like turn one, if you missed it just by a little bit, that top line, well, not the top, but that second groove, it seemed like if you missed it just a little bit, you were up in the marbles and just got sent up the track. And it's like, it happened to a couple people. Is that, it was just the marbles up there? If you were just off that, I mean, the second lane wasn't great, but it seemed like if you missed it just a little bit, you got up in the marbles.
Yeah, it's really hard to judge your speed when you're going into a corner on the restart like that because you're used to whatever the RPM of the car, the feel you have going to the corner. So on the restart, it's really easy to misjudge your entry speed and slide up. I did that twice, and it was really difficult to see where the marbles were, and you never know where the guy on your inside is gonna run you. He has the inside, so it's kind of up to him to enter the corner where he wants to, and you really hate to go into the corner and say, "Well, I'm forcing you down on the apron because I think you'll be down there." And if he doesn't expect to run that line, you can get bad stuff from it. So just about respecting the driver to your left and right, and I think I just overcharged the entry there for sure and drifted way up, but you live and you learn.
Yeah, you were kind of my favorite on those last few restarts with Zapata on the old tires, but I mean, you did a great job. Do you think you could have passed them if it stayed green, or do you think that no tire call was versus the two was the move?
It all depends on how many laps you have. This car, from what I saw tonight at this track, it seemed like tires didn't mean anything until about 5 or 6 laps after the restart because everybody had cooled down enough, and yeah, Zapata was, we gave him just enough laps and short bursts that he
Mm-hmm.
could hold us all off. The first restart we had when we were back to green, I was on the outside and Jonathan was going to pass me. Like I got lucky that the
Yeah.
caution came out when it did because he was on my inside and there was not a chance I was going to hold him off for 1 or 2 more laps. He was going to pass me and then try to go after Zapata. The second restart we had, I was kind of licking my chops there because I
The
knew we
single
had just
file.
enough laps to the end. Single file. I wasn't going to be forced to be on the outside there. All I needed to do is just kind of follow them and wait until the tires started to get a little old, and they almost did. They
Yeah,
got
you
really
started
close.
closing in.
I almost got them. Yeah, I almost got to the point where I could hear the spotter call. And once the spotter calls, then I'll stick my nose to the inside. Otherwise, it's his line to take into the corner. But yeah, and then that last restart there, I kind of knew I was host. It's like, well, I guess I'll try to charge the entry to the corner and see if I can stay out there long enough for his tires to fall off. But there's just a lot of unknowns, and it's a game of ifs, right?
Yep, that is what these cautions can produce in these short tracks. I'll let you get your shout outs if you want to give any, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. So, first, you got to thank the good Lord, my parents, my wonderful fiance, you guys you, Michael, for putting on the broadcast. I'm really excited to go back and watch it. All the admins of the league and all the guys that race here. This was an absolute blast, and I can't wait to keep showing up.
Yeah, well, thanks for showing up. The league really appreciates more people and appreciates good drivers too. I mean, put on a good show, clean. Can't ask for any more. Thanks.
Yep, thank you.
And one more, our very own MC Motorsports. Jonathan Casebear, are you still awake in here?
Yep, I'm still here.
This guy's in the car. Oh my god.
We're in the car, yes.
All right. Don't do any bump and runs right now while you're on the road. Please stay calm. But I want to talk about that bump and run. It looked pretty good until it wasn't.
Yeah, I knew I was faster than him. I didn't know why. Here in the interviews, I find out it's because he was on no tires.
All right. So, if you knew he was on no tires, would you have driven that different?
Absolutely not. If
No,
I would have known
okay.
he was on no tires, the only difference would have been knowing why I was faster. But I knew I could keep with him through the corners. and I lost track of the laps, but thankfully I was almost kissing his back bumper when the crew chief said white flag, so I kind of sent it down into one, but didn't want to entirely clean him out, Ty Gibbs style. So I just gave him a little tap, and it kicked my car out, and he kind of stayed planted to the railroad tracks like a train. And I got a little tap from behind from Irwin, and just kind of finished me around. But overall, I'm happy with the race. I started figuring the place out around the halfway point. You really couldn't miss turn one at all. If you missed the bottom of one, you lost all your momentum for like 2 laps. So I was trying to learn to nail that every time. And then once I did, I just had to try and stick with Javier, and I did that, and the bump just didn't follow through.
Yep. Well, I'll let you get to go driving. I don't know if you want to do any road shout outs. It's up to you.
And I'm just pulling into a parking spot here, so I'm all good. Yeah, I just got to shout out this entire league for putting this on. All the clean drivers that show up every week. I didn't get to have a battle with McDonald tonight. He got taken out at one point and weren't exactly around each other. I tried chasing him down in my heat race, but I just hadn't figured the track out by then. I turned like 60 practice laps and still didn't figure it out. But yeah, McDonald. I got to shout out McDonald for sure. He's extremely respectful, extremely clean. We had a situation during the race where I beat him off pit road by like 5 seconds, but iRacing told me to let him by, and he asked the admins if we could, let me go ahead of him because I clearly beat him off pit road. So he's truly a class act guy.
No, that's pretty nice of him.
But aside that, good win to Javier. Shout you out for calling these each week, even though I employ you to, quote unquote, employ you. And yeah, I hope I can come back next week. I haven't checked my work schedule. It's just kind of take it week to week. I know I started climbing in the points, and I'd like to keep doing that. 7th place wasn't what I wanted tonight, but I know I have speed. I mean, I won my first 2 races here, but everybody's learning. New guys are coming in. Fast guys are coming in, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes the rest of the season.
Yeah, well, we'll see you next week, hopefully on the podium.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll see you around.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And that was our very own Jonathan Casebeer, MC Motorsports. Two Michigan guys here tonight. Austin Belkey and Jonathan Casebeer racing each other quite a bit tonight. Put on a really good show, but in the end, it was going to be Javier Zapata taking that no tire call, making it work here at Stafford. Passing was really hard. IRP, I think we might be able to see 2 lanes there. I'm not too sure. I do know we'll see a bit more passing than we did tonight. I think the more cars we get, the more passing we'll see. Hopefully we get to see 3 more heats again next week. But that's going to be it here from MC Motorsports Broadcasting. And we will see you guys next week.